You need to hear this if you're a medical student. Welcome to Dr. Health Hack, your go-to channel for all things health and medicine. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share for more insightful content. The nervous system is the control center of the body. It coordinates actions and sensory information by transmitting signals to and from different parts of the body. It is made up of the brain, spinal cord, and nerves. These components work together to ensure the body responds appropriately to stimuli. The nervous system is divided into two main parts, the central nervous system, or CNS, and the peripheral nervous system, or PNS. The CNS includes the brain and spinal cord, while the PNS consists of all the other neural elements like nerves and sensory organs. This division helps in organizing the vast network of neurons and their functions. Understanding the nervous system is crucial for medical students. It is a complex network that regulates bodily functions, including movement, thought processes, and emotional responses. Without it, our bodies would be unable to function or interact with the environment effectively. In this essay, we will explore the different parts of the nervous system. We will look at the brain, spinal cord, and various nerves. We will also discuss the importance of neurons and how they communicate. Gray matter and white matter are two distinct types of tissue found in the central nervous system. Gray matter contains most of the brain's neuronal cell bodies and is involved in muscle control, sensory perception, and decision-making. White matter, on the other hand, is composed mainly of myelinated axons, which are responsible for transmitting signals between different parts of the nervous system. The distribution of gray and white matter is crucial for the efficient functioning of the nervous system. This detailed exploration will provide a solid foundation for medical students. The brain is the most complex organ in the human body. It controls thoughts, memories, emotions, touch, motor skills, vision, breathing, temperature, and many more functions. The brain is divided into several parts, each with specific roles that contribute to overall functionality. The cerebrum is the largest part of the brain. It is divided into two hemispheres and is responsible for higher brain functions like thought and action. The surface of the cerebrum is called the cerebral cortex, which is involved in various functions, including decision-making and problem-solving. Underneath the cerebrum lies the cerebellum, which controls balance and coordination. It ensures that movements are smooth and precise. The thalamus acts as a relay station, directing sensory information to the appropriate areas of the brain for processing. The hypothalamus is a small but crucial part of the brain. It regulates vital bodily functions such as temperature, hunger, and thirst. It also controls the pituitary gland, which releases hormones that influence various bodily functions. This intricate system ensures that the body maintains homeostasis. The cerebrum is divided into four lobes: frontal, parietal, occipital, and temporal. Each lobe has different functions. The frontal lobe is involved in decision-making, problem-solving, and controlling behavior and emotions. It also contains the motor cortex, which controls voluntary movements. The parietal lobe processes sensory information such as touch, temperature, and pain. It helps us understand spatial orientation and navigate our environment. The occipital lobe, located at the back of the brain, is primarily responsible for vision. It processes visual information from the eyes. The temporal lobe is involved in processing auditory information and is important for memory and emotion. It contains the hippocampus, which plays a key role in forming new memories. This lobe also helps us understand language and recognize objects and faces. Each lobe works together to ensure the brain functions as a cohesive unit. The interplay between these regions allows us to perform complex tasks and interact with the world around us. Understanding the cerebrum's structure and function is essential for medical students. The cerebellum is located at the back of the brain, beneath the occipital lobes. It is responsible for coordinating voluntary movements such as posture, balance, coordination, and speech. By ensuring that muscle movements are smooth and coordinated, the cerebellum plays a vital role in everyday activities. The hypothalamus, situated below the thalamus, is a small region but is crucial for maintaining homeostasis. It regulates functions such as temperature control, thirst, hunger, sleep, and emotional activity. The hypothalamus also controls the pituitary gland, influencing growth, metabolism, and the stress response. The thalamus is located above the brainstem and acts as a relay station for sensory and motor signals to the cerebral cortex. It processes information related to all senses except smell. The thalamus ensures that sensory signals are directed to the appropriate part of the brain for interpretation. These three regions work together to maintain the body's internal balance and coordinate its response to the external environment. Their functions are essential for survival and day-to-day functioning. Medical students must understand these areas to appreciate their critical roles. Section 5. The brainstem, medulla, and midbrain. The brainstem is the lower part of the brain that connects to the spinal cord. It consists of the midbrain, pons, and medulla oblongata. The brainstem controls many basic life functions such as heart rate, breathing, and sleeping. It acts as a conduit for signals between the brain and the rest of the body. The medulla oblongata is the lowest part of the brainstem. It controls vital functions like heart rate, blood pressure, and breathing. The medulla also coordinates reflex actions such as swallowing, coughing, and sneezing. This area is crucial for sustaining life. The midbrain, located above the medulla, is involved in functions such as vision, hearing, eye movement, and body movement. It contains pathways that transmit signals from the body to the brain and vice versa. The midbrain also plays a role in regulating the sleep-wake cycle. The brainstem is a critical area for basic life functions. Damage to this region can be life-threatening. Understanding the brainstem's structure and function is essential for medical students as it highlights the importance of this area in maintaining vital bodily functions. Section 6. The spinal cord. The spinal cord is a long, thin tubular structure that extends from the brainstem down through the vertebral column. It functions as a conduit for signals between the brain and the rest of the body. The spinal cord also coordinates reflexes and autonomic functions. The spinal cord is protected by the vertebrae and is surrounded by cerebrospinal fluid, which cushions and nourishes it. It is divided into segments, each corresponding to different parts of the body. Nerves branch out from these segments to innervate muscles and organs. The spinal cord has two main types of tissue: gray matter and white matter. Gray matter contains neuron cell bodies and synapses, while white matter consists of myelinated axons that transmit signals. The organization of these tissues allows for efficient communication within the nervous system. Injuries to the spinal cord can result in loss of function below the level of injury. This can affect movement, sensation, and autonomic functions. Medical students must understand the spinal cord's anatomy and functions to appreciate its role in the nervous system and the impact of spinal injuries. Section 7. The peripheral nervous system and autonomic nervous system. The peripheral nervous system, or PNS, includes all the nerves outside the brain and spinal cord. It connects the central nervous system to limbs and organs. The PNS is divided into the somatic nervous system, which controls voluntary movements, and the autonomic nervous system, or ANS, which regulates involuntary functions. The ANS is divided into the sympathetic and parasympathetic systems. The sympathetic system prepares the body for fight or flight by increasing heart rate and releasing adrenaline. The parasympathetic system promotes rest and digest by slowing the heart rate and aiding digestion. The PNS also includes sensory nerves that carry information to the central nervous system and motor nerves that carry commands to muscles. This system helps the body respond to changes and maintain homeostasis. Understanding the PNS and ANS is crucial for medical students. This knowledge is essential for diagnosing and treating nervous system disorders. Section 8. Neurons, synapses, cranial nerves, and the meninges. Neurons are the basic building blocks of the nervous system. They transmit signals through electrical and chemical processes. Each neuron consists of a cell body, dendrites, and an axon. Synapses are the junctions where neurons communicate. Cranial nerves are 12 pairs of nerves that emerge from the brain. They control smell, vision, taste, hearing, and facial sensations. The meninges are 3 protective membranes around the brain and spinal cord. Understanding these components is essential for medical students. Section 9. Conclusion: the nervous system's importance. The nervous system is a complex and vital system that controls every aspect of our lives. From basic functions like breathing to complex processes like thinking and feeling, the nervous system is at the core of our being. Understanding its structure and function is essential for medical students. The brain, with its various parts, coordinates our thoughts, actions, and emotions. The spinal cord acts as a communication highway, transmitting signals between the brain and the rest of the body. The peripheral and autonomic nervous systems ensure that the body responds appropriately to changes in the environment. Neurons, synapses, cranial nerves, and the meninges are fundamental components that enable the nervous system to function. They allow for communication within the body and protect the central nervous system. Medical students must grasp these concepts to understand the nervous system's complexities. In conclusion, the nervous system is a marvel of biological engineering. Its intricate network of cells and structures allows us to interact with the world and maintain our internal environment. For medical students, a deep understanding of the nervous system is crucial for diagnosing and treating neurological conditions.